touching on that subject of having a community and a family around us to support us, somebody in the chat has asked, for those of us who have had supportive families, the idea of increasing dependence is challenging enough. But for Christians who do not have those networks, the thought of dependence can seem overwhelming and difficult to talk about. How can we provide pastoral support to think through those issues?
And it's a very real issue, isn't it? Because so many people in our societies feel either they haven't got any family, living family at all, or they're just estranged, they're cut off. There are broken family relationships and they feel cut out of their biological families. And of course, this is where the vision of a Christian family, a church family, that plays that role is so important. I was very influenced by John Stott, the very famous preacher and Christian leader. He was a single man, and he was quite difficult family relationships with his biological family. And I knew how for him, it was his Christian family, his brothers and sisters. We were, in a way, his family. We were there to love him and support him and care for him. And I know how much that meant to him and how often he used to speak about, God's plan for the Christian church is that it should be the new family, the family that replaces in a way, or takes on the role when biological families are broken. Now, of course, I know that sounds very idealistic, and I know that sometimes it's difficult for church families to take on that role. I think part of the problem is that there's a huge amount of ageism in our society. We're so youth orientated, and I fear that there's a lot of ageism in local Christian churches. Churches seem to focus so much on the youth and on the youth group and on young families. And the fact there are quite a large number of people of our age and beyond is often rather ignored. And so I think we want a church community to be the place where everyone's got a role from 0 to 100. Everyone is celebrated and recognized and able to bring their gifts together. And together we support one another and we look out for one another.